Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to a news roundup. Not so much news to talk about today, but there is news, and given the channel name, I think you can guess that I'm gonna talk a little bit still. And today we need to actually start off with some fairly serious news. And that is only several hours before filming this video, it's being reported that Jeremy Renner is in critical but stable condition with injuries suffered after experiencing a weather-related accident while plowing snow. The accident is said to have took place earlier today, and Renner was airlifted to the hospital, which goes without saying. This is extremely concerning. Granted, that is fantastic news that he's in stable condition, but the fact that it's still being labeled as critical, it is obviously concerning for a number of reasons. Obviously, I think we all hope that it goes from stable to full recovery, but we don't really know the extent of these serious injuries that were suffered. Will these critical injuries lead to anything longer lasting? Will it have like a much longer recovery period? We really don't know, but I just wanted to chuck this out here before we get into some of the other news in today's video. And I'm sure along with all of you that we wish him a very, very speedy recovery. And if there's going to be any updates to this, the extent of stuff, I'll be sure to chuck it into the next news breakdown. But let's talk about something else that caught my attention. And by the way, if you're still here earlier on in this video, I hope you are. Video chapters are always here. If you want to browse them and skip to certain stories, feel free. We have to talk about BATGIRL. BATGIRL. Leslie Grace's BATGIRL movie that was canned, a tax write-off. I know many people are still campaigning to see it, but it's kind of literally impossible because you can't legally release a movie monetization-wise when it's been given a tax write-off, if you know what I mean. But we have heard ever since we saw that first suit, which some people, thought was okay because, it could be her first suit. It's not necessarily the suit that would have been given to her by Michael Keaton's Batman. Don't forget that this movie was taking place after the Flash movie. That makes sense because we have Michael Keaton's Batman appearing first in the Flash movie, so BATGIRL would have released afterwards. Then we've heard recently in the past few weeks that we were getting a Keaton solo movie in a Batman Beyond-esque inspiration. That's now been canned, given the whole new James Gunn side of things. But given that the BATGIRL movie was canned, every now and again we get some behind-the-scenes stuff, footage posted by various people who worked on the movie, including Leslie Grace herself. And here we get to see the actual BATGIRL, I guess, final suit in the movie. Now, I'm seeing like a wide range of takes on this suit. Now, for me, first thing I want to mention is that this would look better in motion. Some people may be like, that's such a fan excuse of you, Boba. But no, really, like, no matter what I want to say after this would look better, when it's actually seen in the movie with the aspect ratio, with color grading and everything like that. Secondly, I do think it's better than the first suit. It is very BATGIRL accurate. I'm looking at it right now on my other screen. Just like the first suit was via BATGIRL Burnside, but this one to many different BATGIRL suits, to be honest. Like, even the most recent Gotham Knights suit comes to mind. I know many people are finding that the torso armor is weird here. I don't think it is. I mean, Batman has extruding torso armor, like for the pec muscles, if you will. So I don't know everyone's takes. Let me know here if you think the design there is strange. For me, I don't think so. I think people would like the aesthetics more if we had a better photo versus that of Leslie Grace eating her lunch from a side angle here. By the way, many superhero costumes like this, even in the largest superhero movies, have materials that I'm looking at right now, the kind of texture weaving of like the Kevlar plated kind of stuff or whatever in-universe logic they would use with the Wayne tech here. I love the yellow of the capes, the yellow of the wrist guards. It obviously is an armored version of what she would probably get at the end of the movie from Batman himself, maybe after earning his approval through the events of the movie against Firefly, she would have ended up with this. Now, the cowl does look plain at first glance, but this is why I wish we had a better photo, because when you look at it a bit more carefully, you can see a little texture on there as well. So I'm willing to bet that it would look a lot cooler if we had a better picture, because it's just as textured as the armor is. It's just that the armor can be seen a little bit better. But let me know what you think down in the comments. Do you like this suit? Do you think it's an improvement on the first suit? Are you kind of unsure about it, but you're kind of with me where you kind of dig it, but you would have preferred a much better look because it probably would have looked better. I mean, take a look even at the Dark Knight suit from Christopher Nolan. In certain shots, that doesn't look great until it's actually in the movie. And I know that may sound blasphemous to so many people, but seriously, I've seen that suit right up close in person, and in certain angles and in a photo like this, trust me, it can appear not so flattering, more than what you'd think. There are some bonus behind the scenes photos that Leslie Grace put here. One very interestingly of Leslie Grace seeming to be in Michael Keaton's Batman cowl, which is very, very interesting. Maybe she actually suited up to wear that cowl in the movie for some reason or another. The reason why I find that interesting is because we've already got this new second suit, which she probably got towards the end of the movie, and we've got the Batgirl Burnside newbie version at the beginning to middle portion of the movie. So I wonder when she would have wore this. You could argue that she put it on because she had the, makeup on anyway, and she just put on the Batman cowl. But I could imagine that she did actually put on Keaton's Batman mask at some point in time. We're never gonna know, really. So for the Flash movie, we've got a couple of updates here. Now, first of all, we have some merch for the Flash movie that is releasing apparently, and some people have managed to get some photos of this. And as we know, Michael Keaton's Batman is going to be in this movie quite heavily. We're going to see a slightly upgraded suit. We've actually seen an official stock image promo shot of that quite a long time ago now. And speaking of stock images of heroes, that will be coming up in the second with other heroes. As we know with the Flash movie, even though it is Michael Keaton's Batman, there's subtle upgrades to the bat suit to make it look slightly cleaner. And the same with the Batcave even. I believe even in every freaking Burton movie, the Batcave was slightly different. And also with the Batwing. The Batwing will be in the movie quite a bit from what we're hearing. And now we're getting some merge, as you're seeing on screen, of, the Flash, Batman there, and the Batwing. Slightly different, slightly upgraded. I believe it was even destroyed, so it would make sense that maybe the new Batwing would be slightly altered. I mean, largely it looks the same. You can see a Hot Wheels version of it, so it looks like slowly but surely we're in that stage now where you get to see a little bit more about the movie, and this can be seen through character designs as well. The kind of stuff you'll see printed onto merch like t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, everything like that, and it's official artwork for the movie of what the characters will look like, and people are getting a hold of these images, and you've probably seen this official promo artwork yourself if you're on social media of both Barry Allen's, as we know, Ezra Miller. He's also playing another Flash who will be wearing it's kind of a makeshift Flash suit. So they use Batman's cowl, so it's got a bit of a thick neck. They chop the ears off. They use kind of safety tape with arrows to kind of mimic the lightning bolts on the arms and the belt, knee pads, elbow pads, basically what you see right here. But now there's an image floating around online and people are sharing it with a mixture of opinions. And it's interesting because we've already seen the second Barry Allen's Batman Flash suit for a while now through the promo artwork, and technically in the movie without the cowl on at that ending shot of the trailer that you're seeing on screen right now. But I think because there's been some stock images used from actual promo photos of the movie here, a lot of people are ripping into it, and it's kind of a weird thing. I don't think the suit is meant to look great in terms of this elegant version like the Snyder version or what Andy Muschietti has made with this new version. Whether you like or dislike the suit, obviously it's designed more than the makeshift Batman Flash suit kind of thing. But what I'm seeing online a lot right now is that people are calling this kind of hero lineup of how you can see Sasha Calle's Supergirl, Batman to the right, the main Flash in the middle, and the other Batman suit Flash to the left. They're calling this fan-made and fake. The funny thing about that is it's partially true, but not at the same time. So as I said, we've had lots of promotional shots going around for merch and stuff out there, but there's also stock images of these heroes as well. The very character PNG files / stock images of each hero here are genuine, if you will, but the way they're organized in this team format in the background of that DC logo is the fan edit part. But what I do want to tell you, and it's kind of a trust me bro kind of thing, but like seriously, these are genuine, authentic stock images of the characters in the movie. So yeah, kind of fan-made because they've been organized and dragged in to kind of make it look like it is an official promo piece, but it kind of isn't. It's just fan-made using official promo stock images of the characters. And I think the absurdity of what some people think of the second Barry Allen Batman Flash and the way that they look, I think is making people think, oh no, it is fake, blah, 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 it is really fake. But no, it actually does look like that. I am telling you now, it does look like that. Even when you look at the official promo artwork that's going to be printed onto mugs, hoodies, and everything like that, we have the exact same Keaton Batman armor with the cowl, with the thick neck, the ears cut off, so that's why he looks like that in that photo. We got the merch designs matching this exactly, with the safety tape going around the belt, the elbow, the kind of black area parts for the elbow pads, the knee pads. Even Supergirl in this kind of fan edited yet using real stock images photo has the inner kind of pattern of her cape consistent with what we know is on the inside of Supergirl's cape in the movie. And if you don't know what I mean there, the Flash Film News Twitter page posted an exclusive, and trust me, it's true. They said the cape on Sasha Calle's Supergirl suit pays homage to a classic Superman design with a Man of Steel twist. So essentially you have the Kryptonian, I can't speak right now, emblem embedded in the inside of the cape. This could actually be seen, like legitly real, up close and in person at the licensing expo, where we actually got, if you remember a few months ago, we could see Ezra Miller's new Flash suit in person. Like, you could walk right up to it and take a photo of it, and Supergirl's suit. Now, not everyone realized this at the time, but there are photos of that day, and you can see the details on the inner side of the cape of the Kryptonian emblem. And as seen in this, again, fan edit yet using real stock images of the heroes, that detail is present as well, albeit you have to look quite closely to see it. But yeah, that's more or less everything there is to say about the Flash movie right now and that image floating around online. Let me know what you think of this. I know a lot of people are clowning on the second Barry's Batman Flash suit, but again, I feel like this is stuff that we've already known about for a while. I don't think he's meant to look like a really cool version of Barry Allen. It is meant to be a makeshift suit. And honestly, if you don't believe me that this is real, fair enough, but you'll see it in the movie looking exactly like that in the movie. Like, just wait and see. So that is what you will be getting with the second Barry's Flash suit, even though it's what we already know, because it looks identical to the promo artwork as well. I do know behind the scenes as well that this is a legitimate stock photo image of the second Barry's Flash suit. Either take my word for it or don't. I really don't mind. But let's now talk about something else very briefly. So if you're a Batman fan here on this channel, have you ever wanted to read the Batman script? Maybe you got yourself one of these like I did, where you can actually read the screenplay like word for word for how it was used for the movie. But maybe you don't need this. That's the thing, because, well, Deadline in their recent Read the Screenplay series have released the script for the Batman movie. So you can literally just click on this page, head straight to the article, and it will load up a PDF of the screenplay, the literal screenplay written for the movie. And you don't really need to get this. Now, I'm not discouraging you to get this, because obviously it's nice having something physical. But if you don't have the money for this, or you just don't really want this, yet you fancy checking it out, you can actually go to Deadline's article. I'll leave a link down in the description below or on the top pinned comment. And you can flick through it yourself without having to even buy this. So yeah, just a little bit of bonus news out there for those interested. And lastly for this video, guys, I wanted to talk about Charlie Cox and Daredevil Born Again. Now, this came out quite a few days ago now, but I didn't get a chance to speak about it over the Christmas period, and I saw a lot of people talking about it online, just completely freaking out. This is kind of expected when it comes to Netflix's Daredevil now going into the MCU. People's reactions are like, oh my god, are they going to completely MCU-ify it or Disney-fy it, and really deviate from what made the Netflix Charlie Cox version of Daredevil so good? So Charlie Cox said to NME in an interview that this has to be a reincarnation. It has to be different. Otherwise, why are we doing it? My opinion is this character works best when he's geared towards a slightly more mature audience. My instinct is that on Disney Plus, it will be dark, but it probably won't be as gory. He knows there are people who will be hoping for simply a continuation of the previous series. I would say to those people, we've done that. Let's take the things that really worked, but can we broaden? Can we appeal to a slightly younger audience without losing what we've learned about what works? And as a result of that, obviously, it just takes me back to scenes like Wilson Fisk just slamming someone's head with the car door, or, you know, Daredevil himself just punching him in the face relentlessly. We are going to get beatdowns, even like what we saw in She-Hulk with that mini corridor scene, if you will. But there won't be like lots of blood spatter, blood all over the face. There will be small amounts, but those are like the things that really elevate ratings up. So I do think that, as expected, with it on Disney Plus, they do want to cater to a large portion of the MCU audience. This is really needless to say as I'm saying it. Obviously, they were going to not make it as brutal as sometimes the Netflix version of Charlie Cox's Daredevil went. But I do have, like, I can't speak for the writing. I do need to make that clear. It could be really bad in that way, just like how I feel like the writing for Disney Plus's Obi-Wan Kenobi series was. But I still enjoyed a lot of other aspects of that. It's the same thing here. I'm here for the Daredevil content. I hope it's written well. But as for other elements and aspects that make up Charlie Cox's Daredevil that we really enjoy, I do think that will be there. And I don't think the only thing that I enjoy about it, or that maybe you enjoy about it, is specifically the goriness. I think there can be a lot of Daredevil action that we enjoyed about the Netflix series that's translated into this series that will still be consistent there. It's just, you know, a lot of knee-jerk reactions online when they read a quote like this are like, oh my god, right, no, not checking this out, Daredevil Born Again, no. But anyway, as we know, Daredevil Born Again is 18 episodes. They will be filming from February all the way till December, which is just insane. That's the most we've ever got out of a Disney Plus show. Even Charlie Cox went on to say about this, saying, "I'm fascinated to discover why they've chosen to do 18. I'm imagining there's going to be an element to it that is like the old school procedural show. Not necessarily a case of the week, but something where we go really deep into Matt Murdock, the lawyer, and get to see what his life is like. If that's done right and he really gets his hands dirty with that world, I think there's something quite interesting about that. To spend a lot of time in a superhero's day-to-day life, and you can really earn the moments when he suits up." Now, I can already imagine, and this is just Charlie Cox's speculation, albeit that I'm sure he knows a little bit more than what he's letting on, but I can already hear the knee-jerk reaction of people being like, right, we're going to get whole episodes where he doesn't even suit up, aren't we? I think that is probably a possibility, and they're going to really lean on the fact of him saying when you earn those suit up moments. I think we will get a lot of badass suit up moments when he goes out there. But don't be surprised if we do get, let's just say there's a 42-minute episode, maybe 33 minutes of that episode every now and again, especially considering that this is 18 episodes of him not actually fighting as Daredevil. But I do think there's an excuse for that, as long as they do make a good use of it, in that Daredevil is both Matt Murdock and Daredevil. He is a lawyer as well in Hell's Kitchen, and I think they could make some really good material out of that side of his life, as Charlie Cox is saying here. But I know already what some of you are going to say. Yes, but they actually have to deliver that. And I do hope people give that a chance, because for me, and I'm not labeling everyone this, I'm not one of those people who just need a pew, 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 punch, 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 punch to be completely entertained all the time. I do enjoy the more narrative storytelling aspect of it as well, as definitely requiring some Daredevil bloody action, don't get me wrong, but I do worry about some fans with 18 episodes especially. That's the big factor of what I'm saying here. Will be like, oh, this is such a drag. Oh, you know, I need the punch, punch, action, punch, punch. And in a way, I get that, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can explore the Matt Murdock side as well, and what he gets onto that leads him to eventually suit up. So let me know your thoughts about that, guys, and I think that wraps up today's kind of smaller news roundup video. So let me know your responses to just everything that we spoke about in today's video. As always, if you want to follow me outside of YouTube, I do have some social media handles in the description, such as Twitter, Instagram, even other places, but that's absolutely everything. Just thank you so much for clicking on today's video. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see all of you people from all the universes out there in the next video. Goodbye.